Welcome to episode 2 of Decluttering My Home Room by Room. Today we are focusing on the second most stressful area of my home, my kids' shared bedroom. Today we will be clearing out a good 50 to 60% of their toys, lots and lots of clothes. Right now I'm a very overwhelmed mama. It's all too much. So I'm on a mission to simplify my home. We are going to be completely minimizing this room. I want the cleanup in here to take little to no time. Right now it's difficult to even put laundry away because drawers are overflowing. Clothes are not organized. Shirts are mixed with pants. We've got pajamas and with everyday clothes. Nothing in here makes sense. So if you're in the same season of feeling like things are just taken over, I hope this video gives you some motivation to jump in and declutter your home, simplify your space. And if you missed part 1, I will have it linked down below. It was my kitchen. We got rid of a lot of stuff in there. And also stay tuned at the end of this video because I will be sharing just how much I cleared out of this bedroom. I was really shocked at how much I decluttered. I was not expecting this much, but that was definitely satisfying to see. And the even more satisfying part is that we are getting it out of my home today. I did not want it sitting in my home for another day, so I got it all loaded up and took to the Goodwill today. So in this little foyer hallway, which is right here by the kids' bedrooms, I have created a spot over time of things that I've wanted to declutter. I would just sit in this little corner, and I had plans to take it to the Goodwill and I just haven't done it. So today I'm finally getting all of that cleared out. I'm going to set that in my living room where I will be taking all of that to the Goodwill later, with the exception of that little blue container that you saw me move. I'm actually going to be repurposing that in the kids' bedrooms today. They have a toy box that's broken. I'm going to replace the toy box with that, but all of this other stuff is going to be going today. As you saw, walking into this bedroom was very overwhelming for me, and I honestly did not know where to start. So I told myself I will just start at the door and work my way around the room. So that's what I did. And that's one of the biggest tips I can give y'all is if you are feeling overwhelmed with a space, just start with one little corner at the time and work your way around. Just do little segments at the time, and before you know it, you'll have the whole space done. But this toy box is actually broken. We've had it for a very long time. It has served its purpose, but the lid is broken and I don't have all of the parts to put it back together. So I'm just going to let it go, probably to the trash, because I don't think anybody else is going to want it broken like this. But my system today is I'm making 3 piles. I have a keep, a donate, and a trash pile. I'm getting rid of all of those little toys, those little annoying toys. And like I mentioned before, this is a shared bedroom between my son and daughter. So one side is my daughter's and then the other side is my son. So the side that I'm working on now is my daughter's. These are mostly all of her toys. I did find some of my son's toys in here as well, but most of this is her stuff. And she has also felt overwhelmed with her toys. She doesn't want to come in here and play because it's just too much. She's got a lot of little tiny pieces. A lot of it she doesn't even know what it goes to. So I'm just going to be getting rid of all of that today. And you'll hear a little bit later some of the excitement in her voice, how good it felt to have all of that gone. She was excited as well. And that just goes to show you that kids can feel overwhelmed too with their toys. It's not just the parents. The kids can feel very overwhelmed and they can't enjoy the toys that they do have. So getting rid of this toy box, but I had this blue drawer container that I used to use in their closet. I used to put their pajamas and their undergarments and things in there. But here a while back, I decluttered that from their closet. They have got a new dresser in their room that I'm able to put all of that in. And I just had sat this in the hallway. I didn't want to get rid of it because I knew I could use it for something. And I'm so glad I hung on to it because it's perfect for her toys.
You know we're close off when too many people surround.
Because this is a shared bedroom and space is very limited in here, we do utilize under the bed storage for toys. I also keep sheets down here. But my daughter had way too many doll houses. She had like 3 doll houses. And so I had her pick her favorite one, and we just kept the one. I also cleared out her Barbie container. That no longer exists. We got rid of all of those little pieces. She kept a handful of Barbies and just a handful of accessories that she wanted to go with those Barbies, and the rest got tossed, and that honestly felt so good. And also, my kids are ages where they can help make decisions on what to keep, what to donate. They can tell me what they enjoy playing with, what they don't want. So I definitely let them be a part of the process today. Ray's actually been wanting to clean out her toys for a while. There was a lot that she chose on her own to get rid of, and then Kane was a little more on the opposite end. He kept more than he got rid of, but a lot of his toys are big and bulky. He's really into those big dinosaurs. So in all fairness, it's not like he's got a ton of toys, but what he does have, they just take up a lot of room. And I've kind of got all of his stuff piled in this blue barrel toy box. But I do eventually want to do something different for his toys, because it's really hard to see the toys that he has without dumping everything out. So I would like to come up with a different system whenever we do their bedrooms. And that will be something that we do here in the next few coming up months. But I felt like this needed to happen first. We needed to definitely clear out a lot of clutter out of this room. I do feel like them being in a shared bedroom has played a part in why it just feels like there's so much. It's probably not that they have a lot, it just feels like a lot because they're in this one space together. And I feel like once they have their own spaces, it won't feel like this. But we did need to go through and clear out some toys and some clothes, just so we're not shifting stuff around that we don't want or need anymore. Whenever we do their rooms, we will have a clean slate. But Ray will be in that other bedroom that you saw when I was clearing out the hall. There's a door that is straight ahead. That is the 4th bedroom of this house. That is going to be her bedroom. So I've got some work to do in there. We will be painting her room, doing all the things, and same for Kane. We are going to be completely making over his room and giving him his own space as well. I'm just really excited for both of them to have their own spaces.
Yeah, that's some kind of down. I just wanted them like this. It's much easy to pick up my Barbie.
Huh?
It's much easy. I get my Barbies out.
Yeah. Simplifying my home also means simplifying mealtime and giving myself a cheat week with planned out recipes and groceries with Hungry Root. So Hungry Root is an online grocery and recipe service that fills your cart with personalized groceries based on what you like and how you eat. Whatever fits your family best. If you're high protein or low carb, dairy free, gluten free, pescatarian, vegan, nut free, lots of options, something to fit everyone. So you will start out with a short quiz so that Hungry Root can learn your preferences, and it actually gets smarter with every order. My box has us pretty well figured out as we've been with Hungry Root now for probably, I think, 2, maybe going on 3 years. I've got my box personalized to fit busy mom life, so we always get lots of yummy snacks, breakfast items, pantry staples, proteins, quick heat and eat options for lunch and dinner, but they've got over 15,000 quick recipes each week. Many of them can be made in 15 minutes or less. And my favorite thing is the quality of the food. You get organic produce. They source only high quality meat and seafood with no hormones or antibiotics. They keep out over 200 unwanted additives, no high fructose corn syrup or artificial sweeteners or preservatives, non-GMO options, and they carry trusted healthy brands that I look for when I do my own grocery shopping, so I love that. But the thing about Hungry Root is I don't feel like I'm forfeiting quality food over convenience. I get the best of both worlds. As a mom, I really care about what goes into my kids' bodies, and Hungry Root makes it so easy to feed them clean, wholesome food without spending hours reading labels. I know that I'm giving them the best. So if you guys want to try out Hungry Root, be sure to take advantage of this exclusive offer. For a limited time, get 40% off your first box, plus get a free item in every box for life. Click the link down below or go to hungryroot.com and use code kellyskorner. That's 40% off your first box and a free item of your choice for life at hungryroot.com with code kellyskorner. Thank you so much, Hungry Root, for partnering with me on today's video. Let's get rid of 5. All right, so we got 1 and 2. What about this? He's kind of messy looking. What? Okay. All right, what else? What about this? What?
Hold up.
So we got 3. We need 2 more. All right, 4.
And we have the last one.
1 more. How about one of these? This one or this one?
I really want to get rid of this.
That? The octopus? Okay.
Good.
All right.
You want to get rid of that?
All right, we got 5.
I want to keep that.
So something that Ray has quite a collection of is stuffed animals, and she did not want to part with any of them. So I just had her count me 5 stuffed animals that she didn't love, and that's what we parted with. And then Kane, he didn't have quite as many, so I just had him to give me, I think it was like 1 or 2 stuffed animals. But that was a way that I got her to declutter and part with some, is just to count 5 that she didn't love. And that way too, it kind of made them prioritize what was really important to them and what wasn't. But I'm just dumping out all of those little junky toy trash pieces that was left in the bottom of this container. Kane said none of that was important, so I just went ahead and tossed that, and I'm going to fill this back up with all of the toys that he wants to keep. Like I said, he does have a lot of bulky dinosaur toys, so it looks like he has more toys than what he actually does. But I'm hoping that once we do their bedrooms, I can come up with a different system. That way he can access his toys easier without having to dump this entire barrel out every time he wants to play with his toys. And something else that he parted with today that actually shocked me were a couple of his Hot Wheels. He had a really big Godzilla one that he had asked for one year for Christmas, or maybe it was his birthday, I can't remember, but he wanted to part with that, and that was actually really shocking. So that's another tip. I know a lot of people are afraid to get their kids involved because sometimes kids can want to keep everything, but you might actually be surprised at what they tell you they don't want to keep anymore, what they want to part with. And sometimes it is necessary to go through your kids' toys alone, just to do a good clean out, especially if you have a child that likes to hang on to everything and they have a hard time making choices. I think it really depends on the age of the child as well. If they are old enough to understand, I think it does build some responsibility and decision-making skills. And I do want them to have a healthy relationship with stuff. I don't want them to just hang on to any and everything. And I think them being part of the process lets them feel what it's like to let go of things. It's a really, really good feeling. But this also helped me because I didn't want to just go through and get rid of a whole bunch of toys that they still wanted. I wanted to respect their things and not just go in their rooms and start getting rid of a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm really glad that I let them be a part of the process. It was a good, healthy declutter. I felt like I didn't come in here and just start getting rid of things that they wanted to keep, and they were part of the decision making. Kane's bed, he's got this dinosaur like Hot Wheels car storage thing. The dinosaur eats the cars. So I keep that under the bed, and then he's got like 3 or 4 of the mega sized dinosaurs. I like to store those under the bed so they're not taking up floor space of the bedroom. And all of this stuff that you see me bagging up, that is all the toys that Kane picked to declutter. So I'm going to add those to the hallway that is slowly but surely building up. Make sure you stay tuned until the end because the pile gets a lot bigger. So we're not only going through toys today, but we're going to be going through clothes as well. And I just could not believe how much I ended up pulling from this room. I didn't even realize there was this much stuff in their room. So moving on to the closet, these are some extra pillows that I had stored at the top of their closet, and I'm kind of over hanging on to all of the extras. We don't need all the extras, we just need what we need, and that is it. So I'm going to be getting rid of all of those pillows. The only thing that I really like to hang on for extra is the sheet. You never know when you may need to change sheets in the middle of the night. I just like to have spares of those on hand, but pillows, we don't need extras of those. What you see me going through now is a tote full of Hot Wheels tracks and all of the pieces that go to those tracks. So I was just going through and trying to figure out everything that went to the Godzilla track that he wanted to get rid of, and he also went ahead and parted with another track as well, which was really great because now everything that he has left will fit into this tote. We no longer have things sitting behind the closet door. Everything fits into this tote, and we can keep it stored in the closet, and he can easily access it whenever he wants to play with it. So now it's simplified and everything is stored together. And then I also keep all of his Hot Wheels cars in a separate container, so we'll put this tote in the closet, and then on top of the container I will just put his Hot Wheels cars.
Catch up on my reading, I should catch up on my eating, yeah, but it's hard to keep a thought straight with you all up in my face. Try to get you out my mind, but why should I when you're all I really like, yeah.
The last thing I'm going to go through as far as toys go, and then we'll be getting started on the clothes, are Ray's dress-up clothes. So I have this container where I keep all of her dress-up dresses and shoes and tutus and costumes, anything like that. I just keep it all in here, and it stays in the closet floor. Again, I'm having her help me go through this, tell me what she doesn't want, and it was a pretty good fair amount that she parted with. I'm gonna go ahead and put that back in the closet floor, and then I've got just a few like random toys that don't really have a place, I'm just going to put those in the bottom of the closet, and they can easily get them when they want to play with them. But here in a second, I'm going to be getting started on their clothes. Again, the goal is to minimize the amount of laundry we have. Obviously, clean out anything they can no longer wear, which was a lot because I had not been able to go through their clothes in a while. Also getting rid of clothes that have stains or holes, repeats of anything. Like Kane had 15,000 pairs of khaki shorts, so I narrowed that down. And this also allows me to really see what they need in their wardrobes. Right now I know that they both need more dressy clothes as we have started going to church. So Kane needs more collared shirts and Ray needs more dresses, just Sunday clothes. They have plenty of everyday play clothes for the summer. And as for their winter clothes, I used to rotate their clothes with the seasons, but I stopped doing that. Back when we lived with my mom, I had started doing that. We were in a very, very tight space, and so I kind of needed to do that, but now I just feel like that's unnecessary. I would take all of their winter clothes out of the closet and drawers and put those in trash bags until we needed them again, but now I just store their heavy coats and sleeves at the back of the closet, and I'll keep their summer clothes in the front, and then when it's winter again, I'll store spring and summer at the back and bring the winter back to the front. And that's about the extent of my rotation. I feel like that's what works best for us because of the Georgia weather as well. We will experience all of the seasons in 1 week. During the winter especially, one day it will be 30 degrees and then the next it's 80, so we just have to dress accordingly, and the best way to do that is to keep it all accessible. But these drawer organizers I got from Aldi recently, so I'm putting those in the dresser where I keep their shorts and shirts. 2 drawers are for Kane, shorts and pants in one, shirts in the other, and then 2 are for Ray, same with her clothes. And also having the dividers, they can see better of what goes where when they put their laundry away. Everything stays nice and neat in the drawer, at least that's the goal anyways. And then in the other dresser over by the window is where I put their socks and underwear and pajamas. But speaking of pajamas, they had so many of those and I got rid of all of them except maybe 3 or 4 pair each. I feel like that's all we need. Probably not even that much because I do a load of laundry every day, but they had, I don't even know how many pairs. It was ridiculous.
You say you don't need me, but I'm the only one you call whenever you're lost. You say you got somewhere to be, but you've been here since yesterday with your phone turned off. Mind's doing all the talking, but have you asked your heart? Sounds like a good place to start. Your feelings seems to be left in the dark. Defeated, quiet screaming, what if? But what if you ask your heart? Sounds like a good place to start.
A hack for you girl mamas, something that I like to do with dresses that my daughter has outgrown, as long as they still fit her around but maybe they are short in length, I will repurpose them as tops so she can wear a pair of shorts or leggings underneath, and to me it looks just fine as a shirt.
Sounds like a good place
at this massive pile of stuff. It is lining down the wall into the dining room, but we're about to do the best part of all of this and get it out of my house. I filmed all of the taking it out, loading it into my van, so y'all get the satisfaction of seeing it leave. The poor guy working the drop off at the Goodwill did not like me today. So getting all of that dropped off felt so good, you guys. But real quick, let's look at the before of the room before I show you the after shots, just so you can really see the difference. I think the room is going to be a lot easier to manage now. Cleanup shouldn't take more than 5 or 10 minutes, and laundry will be easy to put away. Shoes, I keep those in these door organizers, and that keeps them up off the floor. I keep all of their winter shoes up at the top, and shoes they wear during the warmer months towards the bottom. But thank y'all so much for watching today's video. I hope you got lots of motivation. Remember to leave a butterfly down in the comments before you go, and I'll see you in the next one.